Hey, you guys. All right, you guys, I am going to show you how I actually foil my canvas. And I am going to make a project. And this is by request, you guys. My project is going to end up looking like, let's see if I could show you. It will look like this is in a glass piece. Let's see if I can move some of this stuff, but I need that. Yeah, but this is in a glass, a shadow box. So yeah, I mean you can see me, but okay, I can't even fix my hair, can I? All right, but anyway, you guys, this is what I'm going to show you how to make. This is by request, and yes, I'll show you what I did to it. To that one. Now, I have made these and I've done them in different ways. Like this, if you want color to it, is the cover of my book. This is a book that I was creating. This is the front of my cover for art journal that I was putting together, and it has most of the same product stuff in it. Yeah. So you could actually do it like that, or you could do it like the one that I actually showed you. Now, in order to do it, you're going to need a canvas. I am actually using a panel. I think these are 8 by 10s. They may be smaller than that. Nope, they're exactly 8 by 10s. And I got these panels. Michael's had a sale for a 10 pack for $2, and then they went down to $1. Boy, did I get bunches of them. But anyway, the whole 10 pack. Yeah, I think they were discontinuing them. The not the brand itself, that's Artist Loft, but the product that they had for that year. So I just purchased a bunch of them. But this is what I did over the weekend, just sitting with hubby, watching movies, and I cut up. You'll need, like I said, any size canvas. It's up to you. Yes, it's up to you what size canvas you use. And then, and I'll leave this here so you could see it. And what I did was I used stuff like um, buttons, office supply pieces. These are chipboard pieces. There's a nickel. Let's see. There is wire. There is that rope you can use. Here are chains you can use. You're going to need this is the most important thing. This tape, this metal tape. And I get it from, let's see, Lowe's, Home Depot, one of those stores in their whatever department you get it from. But yeah, probably where they do their piping and stuff. I don't know. I can't remember exactly. But yes, that's where I get um my tape from. You could get it from Walmart. So I've seen it there. It's like the stuff they use for the duct tape. I have more hair on here than a little bit. But this is the tape. Now, what I do is I take the tape and I just cut it in little small pieces like this. You can't you can't hurry this, you guys, because you have to you're covering this so that you get a pattern on your, as you can see, on your piece. If you cover the whole thing and then you have to go around the edges, I think it makes it harder. Now, to go around the edges, you could use something like this. I don't know how well this you wouldn't use, or you would use it just to pull your tape up. But this is one of those cheapos from Dollar Tree. You could use that, but I wouldn't because it kind of tears your edges, and you don't want to tear your edges. These are too soft. You can use those, but they're kind of soft. Now, what I find works well if you have them are these Martha Stewart, or you can find them in pretty much any brand. And I call them doodle dots. I make doodle dots, use them to make doodle dots. Yeah. So you could use these, but I would pick one that was not so big and not so little, because you're going to be going around the edges, making sure your edges are tucked in there really nicely. All right, you guys. So you want to use something that is small enough to get in those crevices. Now, something else that I told you I would show you that I use, I actually have a set, and it's by, who are these by? I think this is for clay. Roller set. It could be for clay, and it shows you the designs that each one of them make. This is dots. This one is diamonds. Um, these are chevrons. Let's see. This one is a mini two set. So I think it had all the little pieces in it. I'll tell you a secret in a minute. If by chance you have the fuse, do y'all know what the fuse is? It has these pieces in it like that. They're pretty much the same pieces. And I think the fuse started doing this. Um, yes, they have handles though that go with them, and you put them on the end, on either end, and each one of them have two ends, and then I think the ends come with and you just pretty much screw them in, and these actually move, they roll. And then too, I use this end also to make um yeah, to make designs with them. But those are actually the pins that I'm using. But on one of these, I actually have that hard edge that is perfect for making that. I'm just putting the other end on there. Um, yes, this piece right here is hard. So this is perfect for getting in those grooves and really making sure you have your tape placed down like you want it. Now, if I took this tape, I would say, because my pieces are pretty small, I would take, and then too, I like to leave enough space in between so that I could use that little tool and, yes, make it yeah, work. So once you start laying the tape down, you can wait. I would do it. I do it as I go along, and I just make sure. You guys, when I tell you it's hard to do what I do online, I can't. Yeah. So I'll just make sure it is adhered to the canvas. You're going to do this over and over again. I'm going to show you why you want to use little pieces, because you can do as much of this as you want, a little at a time. And before you finish, if you have large areas, you're just going to, like for instance, if you have something like, I don't know why I put a nickel on there, but if you have something like this right here, you might want to, for the most part, cover it first and then start going around your edges when it gets strong enough. And you keep applying this tape over and over and over again. Once you apply all of the embellishments you want on it, and before you know it, you'll have something that looks like that. You could apply all your pieces. These are those little chipboard pieces. You guys have bunches of them. This is a wooden button. It has a letter on it. This is a fragment piece. This is a Seven Gypsies piece. This right here is another one of those chipboard pieces. I actually use one of these tools to make that indentation. There is a paper clip there and the letter BU. There is a wood piece there, and you could see the design I am actually coming up with. I don't know what that would turn out to be, but this is what you're going to do with this right here. And you're just going to keep on and you're going to keep going. And you're going to use anything that you can use to make indentions or embossed, let's say. Yes, images on this canvas. So you just keep going and going. And then, like, for instance, something like this, if I wanted to put, I put dots on that. So let me put, I'm going to see if I could get a little closer. Let me put dots over here, you guys. No, yes, let's put dots over here. And you see, I am merely, do you see what I'm doing? So you do want to use something that would kind of hold. I'm thinking chipboard may do it very well, but you want to use something that would be able to make an indentation in there. And I would say without piercing through, because if you pierce through, the ink probably will settle in there. I'm not certain. I haven't done that yet. But I just look to make sure there are, you know, some kind of pattern everywhere. And I'll go in, like for instance, I have a pattern here that I started. I'm going to use this and try to put more pattern in here. And for this one, I just go back and forth so that I could get that same pattern in there. Hey, you guys, you got to keep doing it until you see what you want to see. Yeah, just like you keep covering your piece until you get the effect that you want. And I can say that the more you foil it, the better your pieces actually show the embossing. Now, if you all have any questions about how to adhere this, I'm thinking if you use, and you probably can initially, to hurry and cover it. Let's see if that will work. Because I've never just used whole pieces to cover this. Either way, and you could do that to cover the initial, you still have to go over and cover it in little pieces, one on top of the other. Let's see if that works. Okay. No fingernails yet, you guys. Well, I have enough to pull it, but not really. Okay, if I put this whole thing over it, it will easily cover it, but I don't know how effective it would be in trying to lay it down. Let's see. And it will probably tear, but I think initially it may work. But yeah, it is going to tear. But if you wanted to hurry and cover it, you can, but you still have to go in and do all of this to it. And you also still have to go over it again. See, because right now you don't have a print on here. Even if you took